All right, everybody. Sorry for the extended wait. We had some audio issues before getting into things. I think we've got those all sorted out now, so let us just bring everybody into the room. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode, well, let's call last week episode 0. This is episode 1, probably ish. Heavy on the ish. Smokes and jokes. Uh, with me, as will be more likely usual, is my buddy brother down on below me, Mr. Clown, Prince 87. We've got the Doctor of Smoke over here. Down in the corner, just down here, we've got our friendly neighborhood Eyes in the Sky Raven.
Hey.
And then coming up last, you've got little old me. Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here, coming to you live from Sesame Street, buttfuck nowhere. I'm Chronicus.
Fucking slap that Kermit the Frog, man. Fucking dafty.
That'll be Nick.
Oh Christ! So, guys, what are we talking about today? Who wants to go first? I believe we were going to be talking about some animation, anime, and movies. What got us into what, and maybe we'll even get into some more video games. I don't think I'm supposed to be smoking on YouTube, but I don't. Do we have a
I don't
YouTube
care.
censor in the house? No.
He's Canadian, and it doesn't matter.
I'm Canadian. It's 100% legal, eh? And because I'm doing it for comedic purposes as well, this is all like comedic purposes.
This
I
is
read
just
the
all an
guidelines.
illusion. This
As
is an
long as I
illusion.
use it for comedic purposes, man. So like every time I smoke a joint, man, I just kind of go like, John? No?
No.
Nah. We should have just stuck with this is an illusion.
So I feel like because you are the oldest, you must have had cartoons when they were black and white.
Nah, man, I had colorized. I got the treat to the like
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I didn't know.
They colorized it for like, the 80s generation.
Ah, okay.
So I got like the colorized versions of like Woody Woodpecker and all that stuff. Now, don't get me wrong.
What? You had Woody Woodpecker?
Oh, man, Technicolor, in full Technicolor.
Nah.
Actually, it's funny because when I was a kid, like we only had 2 channels for the first like ages when I was growing up. Like we had the CBC and NTV. The 2 free air channels where you stuck fucking the rabbit ears in the fucking thing and you got whatever. And NTV, they used to have like a little bit of Saturday morning cartoon stuff. CBC not so much.
Yeah, but what did you tune in for? What was your favorite show on your morning routine Saturday morning? What did you get up for?
What did I get up extra early for? Generally? When it was just that, when I was really a little kid, they used to have the Transformers on in a little block. Transformers and then G.I. Joe. They had it on every afternoon, but it was the brand new episodes on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, Saturday mornings it was the weekly episode.
Yep. And so they had the
reruns
all week. And so so I always made sure that I was up. I had my breakfast, which was usually either bacon and eggs or bacon in the microwave or fried bologna or yeah.
Wow. You come from a rich background talking about fried breakfast on a Saturday.
And man, the rest of the week
I was like, there's crumpets
there's
crumpets in the cupboard somewhere. That's what I got.
The rest of the week it was Pop-Tarts and cold cereal.
I hope we're keeping an eye on chat as well.
Saturdays was special. Saturdays was a good day.
What'd you say, Frank?
I said I hope we're keeping an eye on chat. Theo said,
"Hey Theo."
Your kid said hello.
Hi, boy.
Boy.
Just can't get away from him. I literally just shut myself in the kitchen to do this podcast, and yet he's found me already.
Well, hey, what can I say?
My child is a bloodhound.
Future detective.
So moving on for the hanging at the block.
My Saturday
I was gonna
morning.
say for
were
you-
X-Men. Mine had to be X-Men and Power Rangers.
See, now when I was
That's
a
what
teenager,
I
that's
got
the stuff that I got up early. I got up early, like not so much a teenager, but like 12, 13, 14, 15. That's the, X-Men 92. Fucking, I was 10 years old when X-Men 92 came out. They were on their second season, I think, when YTV picked them up in Canada, second or third season. So I was a little bit behind.
But before that, I would have to go with your likes of your Hanna-Barbera stuff, like your Jetsons, the Flintstones, Yogi Bear.
Baskets.
I'm not gonna lie, there's probably a bit of Pink Panther in there as well.
Pink Panther was good, aye.
Oh, who
Took
doesn't
me-
love Roadrunner?
Ah, I know when you mentioned Pink Panther, right? Like,
Pink
it's
Panther cartoons.
I just seen it. It took me quite a few years, right, that way before I realised, because of the fact that it was a video that I'd seen. Do you know that the Pink Panther was actually technically the villain?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, he was.
It wasn't just that some Karen following him around, just like, shouldn't do that. But yeah, no, we all knew Pink Panther was. Unlike you, we probably watched it from the start.
Man,
So at some point, we probably knew that or got told he was the villain. When you were born, you little spring chicken, you were like, what's going on? By then, we'd all grown up.
Of the Pink Panther, I don't know if you guys got them but speaking of the weekly kind of cartoon stuff, I don't know if you guys got them over in the UK and in Europe. Inspector Gadget.
Oh yeah, massive in England, massive. I remember it.
Canadian.
Inspector Gadget.
Canadian. And did you know the voice of Penny on Inspector Gadget is on currently one of our favorite Prime shows, Smoke? Vox Machina?
Yeah, aye, of course.
All right, okay, as long as you know.
But so I leading off clowns.
Go.
Fucking comment of mine. It would be I've got to hang it say yes. The likes of Power Rangers. Like when I was a child, that was one of my all-time favourites. Always wished I was either the Green Ranger or the White Ranger when it came to it.
You haven't got the hair to be either, so.
Nah, man, I got the Green Ranger, dude. Like, sorry, brother. You're not getting that green suit from me. It's all mine.
Okay, well, see, but
It's
not
mine,
even.
dude.
Sorry, we've not. I know. I apologise. We didn't make it 10 minutes through the stream, and
Not
I already
even
called
10
you.
minutes.
Jokes.
I can't. I tried. I'm sorry.
He's
But
not
as
that
you're
sorry.
saying, when we're saying, but as we're going on that way, when we're saying about that, it was the likes of like your Power Rangers, your Pokemon, Digimon.
For me, that came later on.
So that was like my time growing up. So for me, as I say, it was like.
What, did you skip Rugrats and everything?
No, I
I
watched
Rugrats as like a tween teenager.
Obviously, I watched
Rugrats was the dog.
Rugrats was in like
Rugrats was
94.
amazing.
I was like 12, 13 years old.
So, what likes of Digimon, Pokemon, and stuff.
I hated Digimon.
I like Digimon, but it wasn't. I mean, it was.
It wasn't Pokemon. That's what my brain said. It was like, that's not Pokemon. Get out of here.
It was.
You got
it was
something
like-
looking
it was
like
the
Charmander.
GoBots.
I
Like
did have
GoBots and Transformers. I watched GoBots first, but I like Transformers better.
I had Transformers as well.
I bet you
but
had Beast Wars, didn't you?
Beast Wars.
See, that I apologized to both of you a long time ago about. Obviously, I told you that I apologized for not being into Transformers when it was the animated series, etc. But when the film Michael Bay did the films, I was right there with you. I was like, "Where has this been all my life?" Yeah.
The Michael Bay
Oh
films
my
did, like, the first one, the very first one, maybe the first two, did some justice. Now they took a lot of creative liberties here and there with, like, but some of the stuff they did for the backstory and everything like that, that's been made, like, full canon for whatever, like the Allspark, that kind of thing. Like, I mean, but no, the Bay movies changed a few things here and there, like the Matrix of Leadership.
Yeah, but that's where I just got to watch it from a geeky point of view instead of a fan point of view.
I got to watch it from a fanboy point of view, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first watched the Michael Bay movies, like the very first one, when I saw Prime just
transform,
and it's Peter
doing
Cullen,
that transformation,
it's fucking Peter fucking Cullen from G1, and he just like
no. Before you even hear the voice, let's talk about the CGI. That went into watching all of them individual parts as I'm done.
But another one that way is we spoke about like the Pink Panther and that before we move on to Ravens. Queenie came up with the Wild Thornberries, but my one
that's after my time. I can't
that was during my time as well. Another one for me, but Top Cat.
I remember.
See, once again, Hanna-Barbera. That's what I mean. That's the generation I'm from. These were drawn cartoons from start to finish. No computer, not just artists.
Mm-hmm.
And amazing voice actors with funny scripts. And it worked. There wasn't, obviously, Pokemon was my first taste of anime. And from there, I forgot about animation. Yes, I still love animation, but let's face it, animation isn't what it was when me and Chronic grew up. So, but no, what about you, Raven? What cartoons did you grow up with?
Cartoons that I grew up. Well, Pokemon, Digimon. As you said, you didn't like Digimon much, but for me, I actually like it. It was one thing that I actually liked to watch on weekdays, as Pokemon was weekend series for me. Digimon was, yep. Smoke?
No, I was just about to say that's a fair point. With the your Digimon through the week and Pokemon at the weekend, I split it up.
Yeah.
I was the same. Like, I was the same with what was it? Beyblade.
Is Chronic at school now? Like, please.
I was at Beyblade and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh yeah, I had those as well.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay, I didn't mind Yu-Gi-Oh.
Actually, yeah, we had.
I liked Yu-Gi-Oh, but that was a weekly thing. Like Pokemon was a weekly thing. Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon used to come on like back to back on like YTV.
For me, it was Pokemon. Once I got into anime, it was Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z, and that was it. I was away.
Other than
high school, really, and then right into the Dragon. See, first YTV started airing.
God damn, dude, you are wrecking ball me. I'm not finished yet.
I'm sorry. You put me in my place. I'm a big mouth. Remember, I'm the bard.
I know you're big mouth. That's why I said you are freaking ball me here. God damn, dude.
This is where the jokes came into it, like telling each other to shut up and shit like that. Come on, but I finished Raven.
I came
wrecking ball. As for the anime, for introduction, I actually didn't know that there was a thing called anime until I was actually older, like my teens. Then my friends introduced me for the Dragon Ball. And the only thing that actually we had Dragon Ball was they were Swedish dubs.
See, I like the fact that he said that.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball. Not even Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball. Yeah. Aye, the original.
Yeah, original. Yeah, it was
Yeah, that's how I
fun.
got into it first
No,
too.
right.
But
Wait, because I need to figure this one out myself, right? Because, right, although it says Dragon Ball, right, when you say Dragon Ball, was Goku a kid?
yeah,
Or was he, right, so, aye, so it was when he first met
first he was
Master,
kid, then he was an adult. We have the Boo fight, Cell
aye,
fight,
right,
and
aye,
those
right,
ones.
so aye. That
Then I had Sailor Moon.
Oh,
I
don't
remember
even
I
start
watched a
me
little
with
bit of
Sailor
Sailor
Moon.
Moon. I'm not gonna lie. I watched a
That
little
was
bit of
ins-
it. That's how we.
the funny thing.
That's how we got the girls to watch cartoons with us when we were like 15,
Yeah,
16 kind
yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, it's still funny that all the Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon they were Swedish dubs. They were in Swedish dubs, like spoken in Swedish and Finnish text.
I- Were you two not satisfied with just watching the Powerpuff Girls that you had to then go on and make it a all-time thing?
Mojo.
And yeah,
Powerpuff
and we have,
Girls out of it.
and when we had like,
Saints,
My girl's name. Out your
you
damn.
keep the Powerpuff Girls' names out your damn mouth.
but yeah, it's also when we had when my stepfather was we called it the Sky TV, as we could watch on Cartoon Networks and
Okay.
those
So
kind of channels.
what was the first cartoon that you fell in love with off of Cartoon Network?
First cartoon in Cartoon Network. Dexter's Laboratory. I actually like that.
Mine?
And then
Dexter
there
and
was
Two thumbs up
Courage
for
the
the
Cowardly
Switch.
Dog.
then there was
Courage the Cowardly
Weasel, and the baboon gun. I don't remember. Chicken and Cow. I remember those.
Mama had a chicken, Mama had a cow that was proud and didn't care how.
And then there was also Fox Kids.
You remember Doug?
Yeah,
Dog,
Fox Kids, man.
yeah
Fox Kids was where I got most of the Power Rangers stuff and what else?
Yeah, but
I
yeah,
loved their weekly
we
block,
actually
the
had
Saturday morning block.
Power Rangers was a Sunday morning thing for me in Finland. Here in Finland.
Okay.
And
Here, up here it was we had on the Saturday they would do the previous week's new episode, and then the next week the next week it would be a new episode. Then the Sunday it would be like the repeat.
I turned off my
we did.
camera.
We had.
I turned off my camera for
I'll
this
show
moment.
Monday to Saturday.
Yeah. As for Sundays, we had only one series, and that was afternoon. We had Power Rangers, and morning, of course, we had reruns. And the funny thing is, on Sunday mornings, Sunday afternoons, we had got Power Rangers, and Saturday afternoons we got replay of that previous Sunday's Power Rangers episode. We had that kind of thing. And it also was easier because we had two channels that we actually had series. So I actually really need to. I watched one channel. I watched Pokemon, and Digimon came in from another channel. But yeah, it was kind of actually because sometimes if I wanted to watch the episode, I really had to woke up like 6:30 in the morning in weekday, just watch that episode before getting school.
See, over here it's played after school.
Yeah, we had weekday morning, so afternoon we actually did not have any animation or that kind of things.
Oh, no.
We had only morning.
That's
morning.
where I got lucky growing up. I had Batman the Animated Series. I had you name something. I had Beast Wars. I had Reboot. Fucking Like, there's actually so many that I'm blanking on shit that I had when I was about that age for, like, I had the golden age of, like, cartoon television up until the 2000s. Like,
Can I just say one thing though? When we're talking about Cartoon Network, put the monkey with me.
Also, I remember Ed and Eddie.
Get out.
Ed,
Series as
Eddie.
well.
See the
Yeah.
door. Get out. Yeah.
I was gonna say,
See yourself out, right? We're not dealing with this. We are just not dealing with this.
And the Fox Kids, we had Totally Spies, Sonic X.
Sonic X was good,
Yeah, it was good.
I forgot
Though
about that.
in Finland, we actually did not see the whole full series in Finland at all. We had like
It's on Netflix now, so you can go and watch it.
yeah.
See,
Well,
that
I was actually surprised that it felt like we had it ended like halfway, and it totally did end halfway in. So we actually did not get any new episodes in here.
Yeah, that was like me with Yu-Gi-Oh! That way, like, yes, I watched all of like the original Duel Monsters, like every episode that came out. But when it got to the Synchro season of the 5Ds season, when it came to the second part of that way it cut out the last part, the last arc of it, which kind of annoyed me. The only way that I can get that arc is by watching it in the sub.
Yeah. And yeah, actually about Yu-Gi-Oh! We had only Yu-Gi-Oh! DX in Finland. We did
GX?
not have
You only had
DX.
season 2?
DX or DX, I don't remember.
GX.
That's the only DX I remember. Yeah, Chronic knows.
I got two.
But yeah,
you just had to go.
for ya.
But yeah, we
Break
did
off.
not have the first Yu-Gi-Oh, so to say, Yu-Gi-Oh
Oh, man.
series at all.
You know, so
but we had
YTV. Speaking of stuff that you couldn't finish at Yu-Gi-Oh, YTV had like 90% of the first Yu-Gi-Oh series. You know what they didn't have? The last episode of the final fucking duel.
That's what I'm saying. Like with
They just once they aired that first episode of the final duel, they would just start the fucking series over.
Yep, it was like the main part of the duel of 5Ds. You see them starting the final duel of the World Championships starting, and then there's more episodes after that, and you don't see any of that in the 5D's English adaptation because they cut the series. But if you go and watch it in the subtitles, that way it gives you the full lot of it.
But yeah, also now as I have been babysitting one of kid, and I'm go there in the morning and what's the present day Saturday series. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit I'm watching?
Right.
It's like the quality has really fallen.
There is no quality.
Yeah.
I have never heard Raven swear, but oh my god, all it took was a bad series, and I've never heard language out of Raven's mouth like that.
I have, but it was because of
because of your bad gameplay. We know, we give it to you too.
Hey man,
actually, I've been swearing, but you don't understand Finnish swearing.
He's not wrong.
Oh yeah, there is. Okay, fair. I'll give you that. Yeah. My bad.
You have been hearing me saying perkele, saatana, helvetti, jumalauta.
All right, let's not get desensitized now. We apologize to all the Finnish people.
I don't know what he said.
He wasn't aiming that at anyone, but it was funny as fuck. So if you are offended, please call 0800.
Go fuck yourself.
We don't give a fuck.
No.
And go to the Butthurt Clinic, and they will give you some help for that butthurt.
Like, does he think he's like some VIP star? Like he pulls like a curtain across, like he's got some. My guy's mad.
Who knows? Who knows? But yeah,
And you
back to
wouldn't think he'd make a cup of tea before we started.
yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
back
no,
to
he
the.
probably did, but he's drank it that quick that he's had to go and make another one.
No, I
Yeah,
think he
true,
cut
true.
off Raven so many times it evaporated.
But yeah, back to the cartoons. But yeah, we did not have the Transformer generations here at Finland at all, which is quite sad. And my first introduction to Transformers was that my grandparents got me the Transformers movie, the very first one, the very first movie.
So your experience was the same as mine.
Yeah, so it was the G1, and I really fell in love with robots since that. And next series that we actually had, the Transformers series that we actually had in Finland, was that where there was those Minicons.
The
No,
Cybertron.
the Minicon one, the Minicon series, which would have been
About
fuck.
2000s.
I know exactly. Transformers Armada. That was
Yeah,
the
Armada.
Minicon
Yeah,
series.
that's. And then Cybertron and Energon, those were. But I really like the T1 more anyway. For me, T1 is the only one for me. Well,
The originals are the best.
Yeah. And yeah, the movies that we got, they are good, but meh. It's
Don't get me
not.
wrong,
It's good, but it does
I'm
not.
sure we're going to get on to movies that have let us down as fans.
don't get me wrong. Like that way, like the only thing that I wish they did keep to within like the Michael Bay movies, right? I love the transformations of they do for Megatron, like his different modes. But the one thing that I wish they did do at first would have been make him the gun. Like that way, give him that gun transformation,
Yeah.
like that way from the G1.
Yeah. And I actually remember one guy that we were talking about. I heard some people talking about Transformers movie. And he was like, Bumblebee should have been a Volkswagen, not goddamn Porsche or what muscle car it was in the movies.
It was a Mustang.
Mustang, yeah. That was what he actually did hate most of the.
It was a Mustang
movies.
it was a Mustang in the first party, and then it became a Corvette.
Yeah. But still, it was good, but still missing something. So yeah. Yeah. But there's still long list that cartoons that I watch, but so I'm not going to spend all night reading that list out loud here. So yeah, but yeah, I'm sad that I actually did not get all the series that you guys might have seen, and only way I get to see those series was through the VHS video cassettes through those. So.
Oh, believe me, I remember VHS. You don't need to tell me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember if I said it right. It's been so wrong when I said that. It's been so long since I have said that word. Welcome back, Chronic.
Sorry, had to get a tea.
No worries.
Moving on, as we're hanging out with like moving on from like the likes of the cartoons and that into proper like animation and shit. What would starting with you first, Raven? That way, like what would you say would be like something that got you actually into animation? Like as you've already previously explained that you never got much animation until you got older. But what did you go? What was the anime that brought you to like, oh wow, this is this is amazing.
Anime that actually brought me. I actually don't remember that. that at all. I think it was not something that I watched TV, but it was the sites that we actually had then. So we watched the anime through there. I think one was. I think it was. Full Metal Panic was one, maybe.
Oh, the film.
I don't remember.
No.
No. It was Eureka 7. Eureka 7 was the one series that got me to anime, and Get Backers. Get Backers.
I have heard of the Ericus, the Thingy 7 one. I haven't watched it. But no. So what? Like after like them, what was kind of the like where did it aspire? What did you go on to watch after that?
After Eureka 7, I actually watched lots of. I don't even dare to watch my anime list at all because I have, let's just say, hundreds series out there what I have watched. So yeah, I have lots of series, and maybe too much, as I don't remember everything that I have been watching or.
Yeah, well, that's the curse of being a geek, and we all carry that burden. I'm afraid we understand exactly what.
Before he busts out his fucking chair and his pants and whatever.
Look at him.
Way. Chronicus, what got you into animation?
I don't know. All right. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself. Okay, so 2 weekdays. I can't remember what weekdays they were. I think it might have been like Wednesday and Friday or something like that. Channel 10 here on the island, which was ASN at the time, which came from Nova Scotia, they would show BattleTech. All right, so it was like 3 seasons of BattleTech, and then they right after that, and I mean right after BattleTech, it was fucking oh Christ, it was Gundam. Like it was like BattleTech, and in the same block, it was Gundam right after. So there was that. So I was watching that for a while, like constantly, and then YTV, they stopped airing that, and then YTV started airing Dragon Ball, and then my video store, I noticed they had all the beautiful like little VHSs of stuff there, and I saw one with this dude on a red fucking gnarly fucking motorcycle. So I rented it, and it was Akira. Oh man! And then from there, it just went from there. Like,
so, what would you say at way? So you went from like Gundam and that at way. So now, what kind of, like, what are you kind of watching in that?
Right
like,
now, I'm about halfway through the original series of Bleach, and I have been I've been watching on Crunchyroll and every other place that I can get my hands on every Gundam I ever missed. I've watched like 1, 2, 3, 4 Gundam series now. I love the Iron-Blooded Orphans. Iron-Blooded Orphans. Like the kids from on the Mars that have the one kid, he jacks his fucking, that's fucking cool. But the original Gundam is still my favorite.
What did you say that, Clyde?
About to say, I also helped him get up to date with Dragon Ball.
Yes, that he did.
Yeah, I actually went and checked the amount of series that I have completed so far. 620.
Fuck's sake. That's.
600.
That's one fucking half of One Piece. But
yeah, that's the thing. That's not all because I have not been updating this in a long time. I think I'm closer to 700 or 800 at the moment.
I have a question, Raven. You have Netflix currently?
Yeah,
Can you check
and
and see if
Crunchyroll.
okay, can you check and see if the new Gundam is out? Because it's only on Netflix.
Just a second.
If it is, I'm gonna have to get Netflix for a month, and I'm gonna have to watch it.
Moving on for Chronic Clown. What about yourself? What was the anime that kind of started you?
Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball was the first one. So, funny story is a lot of single mums, and you get thrown from place to place because someone's not working. So someone is having a shit buttload of kids dropped off on their doorstep. And it just so happened that there was one day that my cousin's dad was looking after us. And he thought, let me show these 5-year-olds some Dragon Ball. And that was it. I was
It's
done.
coming. Yeah, sorry. It's coming October 17th, so next
Okay.
week.
All right.
Yeah, next Thursday.
In the words of
From
Ash,
there,
Ruby.
But we have Ranma half in Netflix at the moment. Ranma half. Actually, never knew how to say that name, but yeah.
So what you saying, Glenn?
don't know, I've forgotten.
Your cousin's father
Yeah,
thought
your
it was a
cousin's
good
father.
idea for a bunch of
how much
5-year-olds
is that?
to watch
Oh
Dragon
yeah, it gave
Ball.
us. Yeah, so I watched pretty much the first saga, with Mercenary Tao, and from then I watched the rest of Dragon Ball, and then I moved away. And by the next time that I watched anime, Pokemon was mainstream, and I'm talking about the original Pokemon. So
First generation.
the meeting of the
Ash
meeting of
Ketchum and all that.
Pikachu, and obviously the Game Boys were massive with blue and red, and yeah, that's pretty much then from then on.
I sold my
But
red.
if I was going to say that, what has that led to since then? So yeah, I've watched every Dragon Ball, every movie, every Dragon Ball Z, all the movies, GT. Some people are still a bit touchy, but get
I mean,
over
I
yourself.
enjoyed GT.
Uh,
I thought it was all right. I enjoyed it.
Super, I feel, has been a revelation. It
I agree.
definitely reignited the Dragon Ball fandom again.
And as well as we're talking about Dragon Ball and that, Dragon Ball Daima dropped on the 2 days ago on the 5th. And
Yes.
that's what
We're going to go and watch it, and we'll come back with a review for you beautiful people.
We'll have to-
we've got that, which was also written by the late great Toriyama. It was his last. That was his last thingy for Dragon Ball before he died. But R.I.P. So farewell. That hanging out with what else did that?
And then I met people like you, and then I had kids, and funny enough, my anime rubbed off on them very quickly. They've watched all of Pokemon, all of Dragon Ball, but then decided to go into today's anime world. And now I find myself being picked out shows for, because my ADHD don't like to make decisions, and my OCD is kicking my ADHD's ass, and it's just a constant battle. So in the end, I get people like Smoke just go, do you know what you need? And I'll be like, what? And he'll be like, Bleach. And then lo and behold, in less than 6 months, I'm 14 episodes away from the end of Bleach and moving on to the 1,000-Year Blood War. I've also watched the series Pacific Rim, The Black. I thought that was really good, well written. Anime is really good as well. I've watched all of Attack on Titan. Disappointed by the end, but I thought overall really good. And then after Thousand Year Blood War, I am hoping to move on to either One Piece or Demon
I
Slayer.
started One
Demon
Piece.
Slayer.
That's one of
Demon
the
Slayer
ones I'm going
first.
through.
As for myself, I'm actually
Don't tell me.
I'm not going to tell. I'm just telling my opinion.
Oh no, Smoke went Demon Slayer. Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah. But yeah, as for Demon Slayer, it's good, but I liked manga better myself.
So,
And as for the One Piece, I have been watching. Actually, I just started One Piece my second time. I actually left it at one point, and then I heard that there is going to be T One Piece. So I'm going to
One
actually,
Piece, yeah.
yeah, that actually fixes the pacing of the series, so to say.
It takes out a lot of the filler and actually focuses on the main, like, story-driven arcs.
Yeah.
But as
Didn't they do that
as
with
for
Dragon
me,
Ball? Take away a lot of the
that was well. They dimmed it down a touch in Super, but no, it doesn't take the 3 episodes of them going.
right? That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, man.
Yeah, like transforming that, but no, they dimmed that down that way. It takes about 2 episodes now, an episode and a half sometimes. But
Yeah, but still,
uh,
I'm actually waiting to. I actually hope that they are using all original voice actors in the T1 piece. I actually hope that.
well,
But
But
it still
I have
takes
my
instant
doubts.
transmission 2 episodes to get where he's going, so it's not really instant as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, well,
so
I mean, yeah.
with the One Piece, the actor for the original voice actor for Frankie, the original Japanese voice actor for Frankie is getting too old. Frankie and Django, I think it is. He's getting too old, so they are going to they're replacing him with another voice actor that is already within the One Piece universe.
I have the first useless piece of information for the day.
Yeah,
The same voice actor that does Vegeta and Piccolo also
That's about
does
yes,
Zoro
yes.
and crap, 2 others in One Piece. The English
I know, I
version.
know. Yeah, I know. Chris
Yeah, but
Sabat.
it's never been unusual for voice actors to play multiple
No, I know
characters.
that. I was just that's why I say it's a piece of useless information. First piece of
Actually,
useless
it's
information for the day.
information that I knew. But
Actually,
for me,
yeah.
with the anime and stuff that way, I started off with I would say Pokemon and Dragon Ball, the two main ones. Was told a lot about One Piece. But me being a stupid way, I'm why do I want to go and
Well,
watch?
how do you know that I originally watched Dragon Ball in subbed? Just to show you how fucking old I am.
I know. I don't. When I had the chance to get back and rewatch the original Dragon Ball, yes, I watched it in sub as well.
And my
But-
kids still can't believe Goku is played by a woman.
Uh,
Even to this day,
Yeah.
they are amazed.
it's the same with Luffy. Even at that, if you were
Yeah.
to turn round, and say them as well, the English voice actor for Ash Ketchum, that is
Yeah.
a woman.
Yep.
Yeah,
And second useless piece of information for the
because
day.
they stay younger longer. They can keep their voice tone. It's just not natural.
Not the last. Did you know when you lick a stamp, you consume 1/10 of a calorie?
I thought you had already given us our fucking
I said
useless
that was
fact.
the first piece of useless information for the day.
That was the second one.
That was the second.
Name right. So for them,
No, because my OCD can't deal with it. It needs 3, and he knows this. That's why he's now grinning, because now he knows that there has to be a third.
All right. Third useless piece of information of the day, but not to be the last. Most American car horns honk in the key of F.
Nobody cares.
That's what he said. Useless.
Okay, here's the fourth
Yeah.
useless info of the day.
No, it's only 3. Name now. Fuck's sake.
This is-
guys,
This is the fourth useless information. This is how you break all 3 in one go. Just say this fourth one.
right,
I'll be right back.
No worries.
I'll
As
go
I
with
was saying,
camels for a moment so I can smoke a doobie.
um,
YouTube. Gotta love
with me, it was, as I said, Dragon Ball, Z, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! And then as I was getting older, people were recommending me to watch One Piece and such. Never gave it a chance because I thought it, that way to me, it sounded, the way people explained it to me, it sounded stupid. So I never gave it a thought. Met this lassie, and she taught me about the she showed me the likes of Fairy Tail, Death Note,
Oh,
fucking.
was that wrong, Lassie? My
What?
bad. You said Lassie. I just assumed that you found a dog and a dog told you to watch a program.
The girl that I met.
Oh, my bad. Right. So, to those who are listening on audio or watching us on YouTube and still can't understand him, a Lassie is a female. There you go. Just to clear that up. He weren't talking to a dog. He wasn't talking to a dog.
So as I say, that way she put me on to the likes of Death Note,
Oh,
Fairy
yes.
Tale,
I can't
Real
stand you.
Girl.
Death Note. If I have to listen to you tell me about Death Note one more
Forgot
time,
about
I will
Death
never
Note.
watch it. Just that's fine.
Tokyo Ghoul, and a few others.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Tokyo Ghoul.
Go.
G-O.
That's what I
G-
said. Go.
You can't spell. Don't even try.
Ghoul. Tokyo Ghoul. Right, fuck off that kid.
Cool.
Right,
Just say ghost. It's probably easier for you.
no, because I can't say it isn't called Tokyo Ghost. It's Tokyo
Wow.
Ghoul.
You can't. Yeah, but you can't say ghoul.
I don't give a shit, right? So I watched that, and then I found Bleach, and finished Bleach within a couple of months. Then decided, you know what, I'm going to read the manga. Read the manga for Bleach. Then one that Raven mentioned, Demon Slayer. I fucking love Demon Slayer. Can't wait for the Infinity Castle arc. Read that. Read the manga for that as well. I've also read the Fairy Tail manga. But
For those of you wondering, Smoke does actually work for a living. He doesn't just sit in that 4 walls watching anime from night till day.
Fourth wall.
That's
I
me.
always see 3 walls.
He is bald because he is watching it, but that's a different story. Oh shit! I did it. See, I'm sorry. I apologize. Can't help it.
So moving on to the anime and shit. That way, who's get the
Are we
next?
going for movie? What we moving along to movies now, or we hitting video games?
Yeah, we'll move along to some movies, but we'll start before we start talking about favorite movies. I feel like there's so much more discussion to have with movies that spoiled.
True. But we've also got so much more to discuss before we get into the movies. Let's talk about the discussion that we were having before the stream even started.
Yeah, well, that's you two.
I
Like,
have no
it's a
recollection
good
of the
job.
conversation in question. I'm like 4 joints past that.
We were talking about Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I thought-
Spider-Man.
I thought
It was,
you
Andrew it was with the Andrew Garfield thing and all that we were saying about how it didn't work and shit.
No, what the original conversation was actually about was what was all of your first experiences of the Marvel Universe?
Aye, so it
And I
was. Aye.
told you mine was comics. I read about Spider-Man before I got to see him on a television.
Mm,
Same with me. It used to come in the back of the Newfoundland Herald. I'd read the comic
Um,
strip, and then the comic strip would tell me what time of the week to check it out on that one channel I talked about earlier, NTV.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, it was X-Men '92, and then they had the old Hulk series from like the '60s, and Spider-Man and his Fantastic Friends. Like basically every like yeah, everything that they could get their hands on. But one thing that they did get their hands on from Marvel Entertainment was the '90s version of Spider-Man, like in '94, '95, or '96 or something like that. Like, oh man, they had like Joe Perry from Aerosmith doing the intro for Spider-Man. Like, no, 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 no. Like, oh man, they did the whole arc from like getting bitten to like the clone saga to like the symbiotes to like the multiverse. They did like the oh man, they had Battle World. Like they had cameos from the X-Men. That it had like you know, it was great.
Venom.
Yes, it had
Yeah,
Venom.
but
It had
that's
Carnage.
because we grew up in the era where
Or something
people
like
didn't care for origins.
Mm.
We didn't care about the origin story. Our first episode of X-Men was all of them turning up and smashing the crap out of some huge robots.
Mm-hmm.
There was no origin story for them all. We didn't care.
We already read it in the comics.
But movies. What we
man.
stick. I guess we're going to stick with Marvel. That like a Marvel topic at the moment. Then, so
Well, Marvel can be what it leads into. So think of the first Marvel was Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire. It was everything else before. Okay. Carry on.
let's hear.
Crack on.
Straight to VHS, Captain
Crack on.
America, and they consider that
Yep.
Cap canon
Yep.
because
Yep.
they have shown.
It's not.
Yeah, they have shown it in the.
It's not.
They have shown it in the little
And guess
flashing
what?
pages.
Now look at any list of films. Tell me where that is included.
Oh fuck, man! They don't include that anymore. But fucking, it was.
That's
for
my
for ages.
point. So why you
awful?
Want to cut me off? Raven, I know how you feel. I'm on your team, mate. He's really disrupting. Raven's not even there right now.
what the fuck are you talking about?
Apparently, I'm cutting him off.
Chronic keeps cutting me off.
But
I think
Chronic
we need to
is
put Chronic in time
behave.
out for about 5 minutes, just so we
Behave
can get
or
through
I'm
our
going to let you
conversation.
rush in the call of Wallace Jones. I'll keep you in tight list next time.
The whole Marvel universe was Spider-Man. Spider-Man kicked it all off.
No, Spider-Man was the first one, the first ever drawing of that Stan Lee done of the in the Marvel universe. Yes, Captain America might be the first Avenger, but that's not about the first Marvel character. And by that's I might be wrong. So
No,
correct.
Spider-Man weren't the first, but I'm talking about the first one to go mainstream, main screen, big screen.
With Spider-Man.
No cartoon, not a little series, because they could have made a Spider-Man series that was very similar to Power Rangers.
Sony's Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, and it hit big.
That's my point. It was because of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and even as a fan, I weren't a fan. I didn't see where the hype came from, but only now that I'm older, I understand how generations work.
Yep.
It might not have appealed to me because I was a fan, but guess what? Every other kid from 5 to 20 hadn't seen a Spider-Man the way we had.
I actually had. I don't know. I'm not sure if it's what's the OG Spider-Man. series that we actually had.
Oh,
The
you had
Amazing
that
Spider-Man.
that old live-action Spider-Man series.
No, animation.
There was a couple.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
That would have been that
I
Amazing
think
Spider-Man.
it was. Yeah, I think it was it. It
Was
was
the
that.
first
Yeah.
episode about?
And then later on
the-
came The Amazing Spider-Man and Friends, which included a couple of other spider people.
Spider-Man.
So had to
Spider-Man.
Google.
But actually, let's not forget about Batman as well. As
Yeah.
much as Marvel is a thing, I don't think Spider-Man would have happened without the Batman films happening.
No.
Or the Superman films, for that matter.
I doubt it. It was. I think it was tenacity of Stan Lee that actually got Spider-Man happen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
It
know.
was.
Maybe. Yeah.
I was just
Stan
before
Lee
this
was
was
told
right.
to. Stan Lee was told to put it back in the drawer and not think about it
Yeah.
or bring it up again. And then, funny enough, Spider-Man is now an Avenger, so that should tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I do miss for all the Marvel movies is the cameos for Stan Lee.
Hmm.
No, it was the animated series.
And I think we've lost Chronic.
No, you're still here on mine.
I know, you see, it was just daydreaming.
He was doing his mannequin challenge.
Yeah. But yeah, the first Spider-Man that I watched was the animated series.
No, I was actually kind of seeing how long it would take you to think my screen froze.
But at the same time, am I the only one that feels that Tobey Maguire wasn't the best Spider-Man?
I know, I agree. I agree with you. In
You say
that sense,
was?
like, no, was
'Cause
not.
I don't think
You know, was not the best Spider-Man.
I agree with you.
I think that's
The thing is, though, the reason I agree with you is that the reason I agree with you is for the fact that maybe for that generation, for that time, it was the best plan for Spider-Man. But the way it's aged, the way the two of them have aged, that's what kind of throws it. And then again, now I've got to agree with Chronic is the best person is playing Spider-Man at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah, Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. We've kind of watched Tom Holland grow up playing Spider-Man so far. Like,
Yeah, he's growing up with Spider-Man. I
like
get
with,
that.
with Far From Home.
But my
we-
issue now is the fact that I feel like we've just had the best generation of Avengers, and he came after their peak.
But still, I think the current
Agreed,
Tom
Wayne.
Holland was actually just the perfect Spider-Man. From the
No, he is. And
Yeah.
mine is Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and then Tobey Maguire. They are the three.
I think Andrew
Yeah.
Garfield did a better
And to
job.
tell you
than
the
Tobey
truth,
Maguire,
I'd even
have to
put
say.
Miles Morales
yeah,
from
actually,
Into the Spider-Verse.
yeah, I saw the first movies, but then the second movies I did not, and these Tom Holland ones I saw, and I actually fell in love with the Spider-Man again as
Mhm.
when
Yep.
Tom Holland came.
Yeah.
But I cannot get that same feeling from the old movies that I get the Tom Holland movies.
Yeah,
Because
no,
I
it's-
just like
yeah.
it just is like Tom Holland is it's like a Spider-Man, what I have remembered and seen and read.
Well, he's still
All the
planned
all the
to
months-
be
all-
doing more for Sony, but being a part of the Disney lot from Marvel is a different story right now.
But that is to be seen. I'm not.
If I'm thinking correctly, with Marvel and the Disney party at the
I think
Yep,
we're having
what you
some
said.
audio issues.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Brendan.
Tom Holland away for it.
Sorry, Smoke. I think we're having some audio issues again there, my friend. You're kind of
Aye, I was moving. But as I was saying, I think, can you hear me perfect now?
pretty
Can you
much
hear me
better,
all right?
much better, much better.
So as we say, I think what a lot of the stuff with the Disney hang that way in Tom Holland is they're trying to push Tom Holland out of the Spider-Man role.
Because
If
he's
I'm
got
correct.
too much say. Because Tom Holland has more power than most of the others, and they don't like it.
Mm.
Yeah, he's
When you become a
right up
fan
there with Downey
favorite,
Jr. Like,
hmm
I
and
mean,
now I feel like they've ruined that. Coming back as Doctor Doom.
But
it
I think
worked. I
that's
think it could
always
work.
that was always going to happen though.
No, it shouldn't.
But I do agree. I do agree that that way it was a kind of bad idea because if you think as well that way as if we look at the comics, what Doctor Doom, yes, he was fighting them, but they also go back in time and grab an Iron Man for an alternate timeline to end up helping them. So where is that going to
They
come
already
in?
screwed up the
That's
timeline. Civil War was a complete letdown.
aye.
I mean, like Deadpool said, maybe they should just let the multiverse go.
They need to let something go.
I mean,
I
right
agree.
now,
Stop. Think a lot
the only reason why Marvel made any money in the last couple of years, and we all fucking know it, is the Canadian fucking miracle, Marvel Jesus, Deadpool himself.
But then again, but everything though is Deadpool actually Marvel?
No, he's Sony.
He is, well, no. Deadpool was Fox. Fox was bought by Disney. Disney owns Wolverine, all the X-Men, fucking they are
Swear to
Marvel
God,
canon. That's why they
if I
interacted with the
search this up
TVA. That's why they had an interaction with the TVA, man.
now.
This is we're quite away today, but going and go and look stuff up, isn't it?
I'm telling you, they're
But
officially part. They are part of the Marvel multiverse. They are in a still the Fox. They saved the Fox universe technically by becoming their anchor beings, and in doing so, became part of the broader Marvel multiverse,
they're the
which is being
thing,
held
but they're the
together
thing,
at the end of time by spoilers, Loki.
but that's the thing as well, though. With a lot of the takeover shit, right? Like, if you think about it, the only reason Marvel or whatever Disney bought most of the fucking rights is because they're trying to
No,
gatekeep a
I'm not
lot of
talking
the.
about who owns the rights to Deadpool. I'm asking who owned the rights to the films. Because it ain't
Disney.
fucking
Alright,
Disney.
Disney owns
it's
it all now.
no.
Disney owns all of it except for stuff from Sony, which is like
Which
Venom
I'm
and
sure
Spider-Man,
Deadpool.
and like Kraven the Hunter, Madam Web, all that garbage. Like Venom was good. Venom 2 was good. Venom 3 might be pretty good. The Spider-Man movies,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's right. Deadpool. Yes, the Deadpool franchise is owned by Disney.
like you, Marvel
Disney
fucking
acquired
Jesus.
Marvel in 2009.
A little bit backtrack
Deadpool's
to the
property
Venom.
of.
Sorry, go ahead, Raven.
A little backtrack to the Venom. Actually, it's going to be all in 3 movies, as I just read a few days ago. Article that the Venom actor who Eddie acts is
Yeah.
plays as Eddie Brock and Venom. He's ending it on the 3 movies.
Figured as
He's
much.
not coming back. Yeah.
So they'll probably, if they're lucky, maybe. Yeah, because man, I think personally they could have used Eddie in Marvel. Like, I mean, I think they could have brought him in for, the Symbiote Wars pretty good.
Mhm.
That's but aye, they could. But the thing with that, they couldn't bring fucking. I don't think they would bring Tom Hardy in to play Eddie
Then by
Brock
Mark.
as Venom.
I wish they would.
I wouldn't so I don't hit because obviously as well the fact that he's done a few DC things. It's a bit.
So is the Cavalrine.
I think that's
But I'm telling you now, if you think that just one simple cameo in Deadpool as Wolverine is the only thing that the Cavalrine is gonna that Henry Cavill is gonna do now that he's gotten his foot in the Marvel door. If you
but that's the thing. No, they're the thing, though, right? Who
Say
in
Zack
Marvel?
Snyder comes back to DC, you think he's going to turn down Superman again?
Yep.
Well,
No.
then
Because
clearly
Zack
don't
Snyder ain't
watch
coming back to
any of
DC
the
because
fucking-
James Gunn is in control and James Gunn and he got dicked around and he ain't coming back no more. He ain't coming back no more unless they drive a truck full of money up to his house. He ain't coming back no more.
But I think he's at the moment trying to focus on Warhammer stuff
Yeah,
at the moment.
he is.
So not that much of cameos or any kind
No,
of
I
thing.
have
So
heard that he's doing Captain Britain.
What's Gunn got to do with Zack Snyder?
okay.
I think Snyder's pretty much done, man.
No, you answered my question with he won't work with Gunn again. Cool. But I didn't say Gunn, did
Yeah,
I?
but
I
no, but
asked you,
said
you
Snyder, and
think,
I said
no,
Snyder ain't coming
my
back to
question was,
the DC.
if Zack Snyder asked him to become Superman, his man in blue, would he say no? And you went, he won't work with Gunn again.
No. I went that Zack Snyder ain't gonna be coming back to DC.
And what makes you believe that?
What makes me because Gunn's in charge, and he ain't gonna go and get somebody who doesn't share his vision of what the DC universe is gonna be, like Zack Snyder. It's not gonna happen. You will see Zack Snyder directing a Marvel movie before you will see him in another DC movie. You watch.
No, because I don't need to keep seeing Zack Snyder pull fucking Feige out of another fucking hole.
So
Fucking hated what he did with the Justice League, and I hated what he did with Marvel. There's a reason why Marvel let him go. And then DC thought, yeah, let us give him the fucking best DC possible. Let's let him do Justice League.
I
Cool.
think that fucking James Gunn is gonna do a pretty good job on DC.
Yeah,
I mean, look what he did with
I'm not
Guardians of
really-
the Galaxy.
No.
right.
And no.
No.
What part of comedy is in DC?
A lot.
And you
Some
think
of it's
he's
just
going to
between
give
the
us
lines, but
what part of that is in DC? I feel like, yes, okay, you're pointing out that he did a good job with Guardians of the
He
Galaxy,
did.
and I would agree. Why? Because that's maybe his sense of humor. It works for the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Peacemaker.
DC is a
Doesn't
whole
work.
different game.
Aye, DC's a lot darker than Marvel.
Peacemaker. Have you
I
watched
don't want to
Peacemaker?
hear shits and giggles. I'm not here for shits and giggles.
DC's always been darker than Marvel.
Yep.
That's the one thing that I do like about DC. And the
Thank
one
you.
thing I like about the fact that Venom isn't owned by Marvel, the fact that Venom's its own thing, that way it's allowed to be as dark as it is. That's why I love the fucking Sony's Venom as well. But no,
And I mean,
Venom's
DC
a part of
Snyder.
Spider-Man rights that they sold to Sony.
James Gunn
Aye.
did a really good job on the last Suicide Squad movie, and he did a really good job on Peacemaker.
No, fucking done it. No,
Yeah.
I'm going to stop you right there. No,
Oh, I'm done. Please. No. I'll tell you when there's a good Suicide movie, when it actually has the original fucking Suicide Squad.
yep, and I agree with Cloud on that one. That's the thing.
Sorry.
Well, that's the thing. Why
Rage
people don't.
took over then. I don't know what happened. I just saw red because
See,
no.
why
Alright, well, have
Henry
you seen the
Cavill?
Peacemaker show?
Yes.
Nope.
Sure.
It was excellent, and it held true to Peacemaker itself, the comics.
But
Even
Right,
even,
but-
Oh,
even
yeah.
went so far as to
Well
have
done.
Peacemaker kill
You-
his
you-
own dad, who was the head of the fucking clan.
I love how Chronic can fucking dismiss a whole fucking bad film because one character that he likes, they managed to get a fucking backstory correct. Amazing.
They got King Shark's backstory pretty
You
correct.
know-
They got Ratcatcher 2's backstory pretty
No.
correct. Same thing with
I-
Polka Dot Man.
But the point is, they're not the original fucking.
No, most of
And to
those.
tell you the truth, the whole fucking plot line was a fucking piece of shit.
It's exactly as well, right? And all that way, as we say, right? The reason I don't see is we're talking about Henry Cavill. The reason I don't see him kind of going back to that kind of that thingy for Superman at the moment is you were saying because of the person he's working with and the fact that Henry Cavill doesn't want to do anything that doesn't stick true to the story. That's why he left fucking.
The Witcher.
It's why I
The Witcher.
said Zack Snyder. If Zack Snyder was to ask Henry Cavill to put the suit on again,
He would do it.
Would
I
he
think he
do
would do it.
I didn't say if he would come back.
Oh,
I
no.
didn't say what this. I literally asked one question.
Aye.
If by all chance Zack Snyder asked Henry, please be my Superman, do you think he would say no? I don't believe he would.
I think
No, I don't. I don't believe he would either. I think he would say aye, but
And I believe he would be able to be the only person that could bring back the original cast. If there's anyone that could bring back Christian Bale as Batman, if there's anyone that could bring back Gal Gadot, if there's anyone that could bring back, shit, I've forgotten Cyborgs.
fuck.
Yeah, but I
Oh
would
my
like to
God.
recast the Flash, please. I want.
Oh
Grant
no, I was
Gustin.
gonna get there. I was gonna get there because you already know about my feeling on him. We share that. And as for that fucking dirty piece of shit that they got playing the Flash, get rid. How the fuck none of you thought? How many people tune in and watch the Flash series? Grant Gustin should have been your first port of call to play the Flash.
Hashtag Justice for Grant.
I have not watched any DC movie except those very old Batman movies. Those are the only things that I have watched from the DC.
The Batman. The new.
Do you-
I watched
do you
the Batman.
I know that we don't sell them in VHS anymore, Raven, but you can order them on DVD now.
You
I know.
can, you can even get these things.
Okay,
called
just making
digital
sure.
Downloads.
It's all digital now.
I know. But yeah.
Okay.
So I actually did watch those Batman Beginning. Those they were okay. They were okays.
Are we
But
talking
no-
about Christian Bale's Batman
Yeah.
Begins?
Yeah.
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 That
Yeah.
was pretty good. I gotta say.
I was just about to say, before that, Batman was a whole fucking heap of mess, like it had its own Bat universe.
Yeah.
The amount of Batmans we had in short succession was
first-
absolutely madness.
I must say, one Batman movie that I love is with the first Joker.
Oh,
It's,
Michael Keaton's
Okay,
Batman.
so yeah, Michael Keaton. I was just about to say Michael Keaton is my favorite after Christian Bale.
What are you, man? I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
Yeah.
Although, if I had to
89.
choose,
I love 81,
including voice
89
acting-
Batman.
yeah, including voice acting, if I had to choose the best Batman, my favorite Batman, including voice actors, I gotta go with Kevin Conroy's Batman. voice of the animated series, voice
Let's
of the
give
Rocksteady games.
let's give a special shout out to Adam West as well.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like
First
he
live
deserves
action
his
Batman.
own.
Yep, you do.
Yeah.
You got to give him
It's
some.
He was also on that Saturday morning routine
Yeah.
when I was younger. His
Now,
part
YTV
was
had him
of
on
that.
Saturday afternoons.
Ah.
But I
Okay.
must
Bad
say,
time, same bad channel though.
but yeah, I must say, I actually like Mark Hamill as a Joker.
My God, yes.
Mark Hamill's voice acting for the Joker. Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah,
agree.
the Arkham series was just mad with hit.
I
And,
just-
Well, that's the same voice actor that played Batman in the animated series that played Batman in the Arkham series, like the Rocksteady games, like the fucking, like it was. Man, his work in that was like, in my opinion, that's a true continuation of Batman the animated series, the Arkham games. They had like the same kind of looking Pennyworth. They had like Nightwing. They had like those, man. Kind of want to play them again.
Same.
I've got them all. I've got them all for the Xbox. I bought the whole little package that the Xbox had on sale for $10 there a while back.
But yeah, I actually love those games really much. They were really awesome. So yeah.
Yeah. But I'll tell you now,
yeah.
speaking of video games, what game got you like addicted to video games? Smoke, I'll start with you.
So that's that. Fucking hell, man.
Like not what did you experiment a little bit with? I don't mean like, what did you play here and there? What got you hooked? Like, I need this shit now. I'm gonna spend the next 19 hours in my room playing this game because I don't have school and
so that so starting at when I was younger, what you've got like the original block grey Game Boy. I had one of them as well.
Lost connection. Man down.
Man down.
Lost coin for a minute.
He'll be back, I'm sure.
He'll be back. So I started off with the like original Game Boy with Mario Land. Or Mario World, one of the two, I can't mind. And Donkey Kong versus Mario, they were good games. And then it was when I got a wee bit older and get into, I was actually.
If you're wondering what he means by the original Game Boy, he means this.
Aye, that one. I played.
Now it's classed as a weapon.
I played Super Mario on that, and such. So then, as I got a wee bit older, and was able to like hold a controller better. It was I used to love.
You have little hands.
Aye. I used to love sitting at night when my dad got in for work and playing Super Mario World. Go up going through that with my dad. And then when I got the Game Boy Color and that, it was Pokemon. It got me into it, like fully into gaming. Console wise, I think the first game that I ever played console wise, I think must have been Crash Bandicoot. I can't really remember my first game that I played, like PlayStation wise, but game it got me into like gaming would have been I would have to say would be Super Mario. But then games that I love for story got that way. That I fell in love with story for Assassin's Creed, the original Resident Evil stories.
I'm
They were
sorry,
good.
everybody. I had to run in. I had to run and put on the kettle. What's that, Queen? Watching
Again.
Clown on a podcast brings back memories.
Yeah, and a restraining order.
So
What's on the kettle?
Oh, well, I'm surprised the kettle
Yeah.
doesn't have a restraining order against me.
Yet.
I've used that thing.
Get story game wise that way. You just say that I want the likes of Assassin's Creed, Gears of War, the original Resident Evil stories trilogy and that. But overall, the answer to your question, that way a game that got me into like, the likes of gaming when I was younger would have to have been waiting for like the end of the day, like, at night that way when my dad get home to sit and play Super Mario on the original SNES.
Nice. Well, I'd say the game that got me, and it'd probably have to be the original Mario on the NES. Just playing that with my cousins and stuff like that. Looking forward to going over to my cousins' houses and stuff. And I had a Sega Master System, and I had a sorry, we're having a little bit of audio issues there. And I had a Sega Master System and stuff. Sorry, hold on a second. What's going on here?
You can.
All right. So Clown was crackling a bit there, so I just. But I had the Sega Master System, and I was like always playing Alex Kidd in Miracle World, Wonder Boy in Monsterland, and Rampage. And so my cousins would be coming over to play that with us. And then I got the SNES, the SNES, and my friend Curtis lent me his copy of his brother's copy. His brother didn't even know that he had it lent to me, and he got the piss beat out of him. Because when Curtis came and said I need the game back, my brother's gonna beat the piss out of me. I said not a fucking chance. I'm at the last boss on the moon, and I'm not giving it back to you till I finish. And I slammed the door in his face, and he went home, told his older brother Chris that, and got the piss beat out of him. Not real, older brother, like a little bit, nothing serious. But anyway, so Final Fantasy IV, and then just literally.
Chronicus, Clown is trying to talk.
Okay, there we go, buddy. Sorry, you were crackling up and stuff, man, pretty bad, like echoing and crackling bad. So I think I got them fixed now. Do I?
No, it was up through. It was coming through Clown's.
Oh no. Yeah, it's because your voice is so loud that you're coming through my speaker and still coming through my mic as well as my speaker.
Okay, I've got
That's
myself
what
turned
it
down a little bit there now. Hopefully that'll work.
I know, I've done it my side, so you're fine now. That's why it sorted itself out. But I was pointing out that, by the way, I am an older brother, and if that was my younger brother, it's not just a couple of light taps. That's my game. I am beating your ass. I asked you one time, go get my game. What happened at your friend's house is on you as well. If your friend says no, like Chronic did, I'm beating your ass again.
And then I'm dragging you down to the house and beating your fucking pals as well.
Not fucking around.
Go and fucking chat that door and
I
make
did
your
get a
pal
phone call
answer.
later from Chris telling me that I had to give his game back, and I told him that he was welcome anytime to come up and get it. That I was playing it at the moment. I should have the final boss beaten by the end of the night. He picked it up the next day. Wouldn't come up that night because I told him, I was like, look, man, I'm on the final boss. And you know what he fucking went and did to me? He kind of ruined it. He said, just throw the real Excalibur at it.
Shame.
So he already beat
Yeah.
he'd already beat the game, and that way he fucking went and spoiled it for you. Nah, that's fucking bullshit, man.
You got his ass kicked by his fucking big brother. What did you expect? There's no love in war. Are you mad?
So yeah, but I gave it to him the next day because I finished it. But yeah. Oh man. Fucking.
That
And
Ted
then
of
after that, I think I am coming through there again, Kyle.
just a tiny bit.
But anyway,
But no, I think we no that spoiling it that turned that whole 10-hour fight that you were about to have and sit and enjoy. It just threw it tits up in the air. That way you're like, bastard, I'm leaving. Fucking going to enjoy this anymore, Emma. So you finished it as quick as you could, and that way went like, and I bet you as you were holding it back, you were like, you're a fucking asshole, man, into yourself.
so and then I went like playing Street Fighter and some shit. But then like for that following Christmas, because like that was like fucking sometime after my birthday. I think it was like around now in October or some shit. Because I got the SNES and a couple of games for my birthday, so it was like October, November. But for Christmas, my nan, she gave me a Super Nintendo game. She didn't know if I was gonna like it or not. The guy at the store recommended it for my age. The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Legend of Zelda's amazing.
A Link
Legend
to
of
the Past,
Zelda.
man, on the SNES. So, I got it for Christmas. I played it through Christmas vacation.
Don't 1 minute me. It's not working.
No, I was going to. The reason I've done 1 minute is I was going to link something up and show you something, but I've just remembered my Switch isn't. I'm no dismantling the Xbox and shit to link the Switch up and put the thing on it.
Good. Because I don't give a crap. Zelda is a piece of shit. Yeah.
But man,
Fucking leave.
no, man. No. Just there's the door. Jokes.
Is that all it took? If
No.
that's all it took, what the fuck was I still sitting there for?
The fact that your childhood hero pretty much named his fucking daughter after Zelda in shit that way, and no.
And your point is, what's that actually got to do with Zelda itself? I'm still not hearing you.
I think Link is cool.
It shows you how fucking amazing the game is that one of the greatest actors of all time as well fucking enjoyed it that much that he named his fucking daughter after the princess.
Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's just the way.
So because he became my favorite actor, that totally just mainly assumes that I should like Zelda. This is why you only have standards.
I pretty much say that those who have not ever heard of like of Zelda games, they actually don't know where the Zelda name comes to her that. But yeah, it was the game that helped him. If I remember right, it helped him. So of course that's why he named his daughter as Zelda. If we are talking about Robin Williams, yeah.
Yeah, because he is my. Well, funny enough, maybe I should stop picking my favorites because every time I pick a favorite, they fucking die. Like, I'm starting to feel like they're like, oh, clown likes me? Nah, done.
We're getting a little short on good actors now. So be careful.
Don't even start. No, don't even start with that way. Like, I'm still not over fucking Maggie Smith yet.
Yeah, I'm not either. Especially now everyone's fucking playing all of her early stuff as well. Like, I get that most of you only know her as McGonagall, and I get that a lot of you only know her from Downton Abbey. But guess what? My woman has had a fucking amazing career.
Oh my god, dude. She was
and before she could act, she was singing.
Mm-hmm.
My woman has a set of pipes on her, and I would listen to her yodelay all day long.
I am going to be taking my couple of minutes leave for a minute. I need to go
Alright.
and grab a few. I need to go and grab something.
I'm gonna head
Yeah.
myself now in a moment. Maybe we should go on a be right back, or should we?
No, you can continue that way. I'm just.
Well,
I'll only be a couple of
we'll let
minutes.
Clown get into what made him. Yeah, I gotta get a TV.
Oh, is it my time to tell you what made me a gamer?
Yeah.
Oh, God damn. First game I ever played was an Atari. Not sure whether any of you will know what the hell that is.
What?
I know.
What was it? What was that?
I do.
An Atari.
Oh, an Atari. I know what that is.
It was literally one joystick, two buttons, and that was it.
It was a step
And
up from
my
Coleco
first
version.
ever gaming experience was Asteroid.
No, see, the NES broke one time over to my cousin's place, so he broke out his older brother's Atari 2600, and we played Olympic Games. And
Yes. Tapping the buttons literally as fast as you could. And then when I gave it to my mum because I failed every time, she was like, "Oh, here's a little trick I learned." Grabs a fucking biro pen and just goes,
You cunt.
Oh no, man!
"You know, there are times that I dislike you. Now's one of them times. You see me try that 100-meter sprint for 3 days."
Man, like I tell you now, like I got so good at like button mashing with the thumb, I can almost move my thumb so fast that you can barely see it on camera. I'll vibrate through a fucking prison wall yet if I have to. Just.
Then after that, I moved to the SNES, as pretty much all of you did. Duck Hunt, Super Mario Brothers, Turtles, Paperboy,
Oh yeah, I had Paperboy on the Game Boy.
Alex the Kid.
Alex, oh man, that was that. Oh, I love that game on my Sega. That was awesome. Now there was a couple of ports that had like there was different ones for different systems. As far as I remember, I think Alex.
Oh yeah,
Kidd
and then I
Happy
got
World was
after.
on
And that's what I mean. When Alex the Kid came out, went to Sega. Obviously, that's then Sonic.
I never had a Sega when Sonic came out, so I had a Super Nintendo instead.
No, that I got that afterwards, and that was my first induction into Super Mario Kart.
You know how I used to play Segas? Either at my friend Clark's house, or when we go to Walmart and they'd have the demo set up, so you could stand there and play like and you could usually play like they'd have the full game unlocked, like Sonic the Hedgehog 1, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic and Tails, that kind of thing. Like just in this little glass, like plexiglass box with holes drilled
They
into
were
it
all
for me.
so repetitive, and I don't believe I could play them type of games now. But you can't take them back for what they were from the era that they're from. They were masterpieces. I can't remember not having
16-bit
that winter
color side
when the
scroll.
winter months come through and Sunday is just the day of rest for everyone. Raining outside, no kid in sight, and you just set your little SNES or Sega Mega Drive up, and never once could I say I had a bad Sunday if I was gaming on one of them.
Ah, man. Kind of makes me wonder what I'm going to play now on Twitch when we finish up over here tonight.
And then I went to PlayStation. PlayStation was probably where I found my love for shooting games. Good old Medal of Honor.
Loved it. Loved it.
Loved it.
Medal of Honor was probably my favorite over even Call of Duty back then.
Well,
Need-
first,
Need
Call of
for
Duty came
Speed.
to the PC, so
Need for Speed came out when the PlayStation came out, so that was my racing game sorted. Even though I was a bit partial to a bit of Tuca touring cars back in the day. And then obviously I've forgotten about some of the originals that became games, but I played long before in an arcade. Street Fighter. Street Fighter was by far one of my favorite games to play. And then obviously we got Tekken and Mortal Kombat. But yeah, Street Fighter is the original. Storylines. I love the God of War. They were really good. Gears of War, like Smoke said, I thought was brilliant. I've actually really enjoyed Horizon. That's been an amazing 2 games, and really can't wait for the third. Old school storylines, I would probably have to say Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. And if it's not Soul Reaver, it's actually, I've even forgotten, Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry was probably one of my favorite games on the PlayStation and for storyline. Little good old button basher. Couldn't beat them. By then I knew about the biro trick, so I was able to bash them buttons. I was smashing out combos quicker than I could snap a biro on the controller.
Oh, Spyros. I love those games. I love those games. Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'll.
No worries.
I was literally just saying, when it comes to storylines for me originally, it goes to either Devil May Cry,
Devil May Cry, Dante.
or damn, I literally just said it.
I'm a distraction.
Yeah,
pretty
much.
Oh man, well.
Soul Reaver, Legacy of Kain.
Oh, I love that. I love that one on PlayStation.
Both of them, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Which will be being remastered in the next couple of months.
Yeah, and they're coming out on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. So.
PlayStation just can't have anything for themselves. Yeah, you fucking yeah. Nasty ass. Don't need to see that. Because he's an island boy. And the worst thing about it is true.
Oh, well, you know, I do live on an island, as do you, sir. You are as well on a big giant piece of granite and sandstone.
Yeah, but it was only funny when I said it the first time. You copying my joke now against me, it doesn't work. It's not as funny now.
He's just an island
And
boy.
because I'm an island boy. Oh shit. Fuck that. Oh, what idiots.
Alright, I'm going camless because this, you know what? There's not enough gonna complain, so I don't get, well, maybe this will. I don't know. I don't know.
But gaming has always been a weird one. There have been games that I like that other people just didn't like.
Me too.
I seem to be the only person that I. Sometimes it's not even flavor. Sometimes it's just a mechanic or something that I'm just like, do you know what? That made that. So for me, it's Titanfall.
Speaking of
I love
games and mechanics,
Titanfall.
not to cut you off, and I do apologize about being rude. War Thunder. The controller mechanics
Here we
on
go
that,
again.
they've
Here we
gone
go.
revamped it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good, I have to say. And I have a link if you wanna.
Do you want to shoot anymore? You got the bait out there far enough?
No, actually, there was this one. Still don't play. For fuck's sakes, him and his plan. I think he meant planes. Even his typing is Scottish. Even his planes.
Yeah, that's about right. It's planes. It's just the planes. It's like the Pirates of the Caribbean. Sorry, Smoke. At least I didn't make a bull joke. What more do you want?
Remember, this lot's all yours. This particular one.
Yeah, just remember it's real, Chronic, isn't it? Bit like
100%.
mine. Mine's real as well.
100% real. 100% mine.
Yep.
100% all
All
yours
natural.
opinionated. Don't worry.
We
If you really want to go cheap, I'll sell you this.
Oh no, he's already got his
Oh,
beard,
no,
and
no,
he
I
is
mean,
the
like, you
most
could just take
proudest
this
thing.
little tough right here. Take it this.
Just
right
just
there,
stick it on the
just
top of his head,
Just dip the end in glue and stick it right there. You could be a
and
unicorn.
then twist it and
You
go.
can be a unicorn. You can be a unicorn. The rare smoky unicorn.
Oh, he's fucking definitely rare, all right.
Just one more thing. Huh? Just one more thing. Can I just ask you? Sorry, Columbo got around. Now, while I was getting the tea, did we allow? Did we not be rude and allow Raven to talk about what got him into gaming?
No, it's
Oh,
his
now
turn
it's
now.
now it's my turn. God damn it.
Yeah. You see,
Well,
me and Clown were big mouths.
yeah, you are.
Don't drag me into this.
Oh, I'm dragging
Nothing
you
to
right
do with
down to the 9th level of Avernus with me, sir.
Mate, I was already the weight on your feet, so.
Wait on my feet. I let go. Ooh, hey, dude.
Oh, Chronic,
But
you
yeah.
meant to hold on.
Is it no? What do you mean? Hold on.
Bit late for that now. Fuck's sake.
Here, jump in my bag of holding.
Be careful
See,
of
you're
the
doing it
Pac-Man.
again. You're doing it again. Raven's trying to tell us, and you want to sidetrack about you drowning. Typical.
Yeah, what got me into gaming is was that my grandmother had that original 8-bit Nintendo
Oh,
with the Super Mario and Metroid. Those two games were my first games.
oh my god.
I played those for a long time. Then my father bought me very first PlayStation when it came out, the very first one.
What, you mean the big one that sounded like an aeroplane?
Yeah, the gray one.
Yeah.
The like a VHS player, kind of big.
The big
Yeah.
square, like the big square one.
It was not that square. It was squarish, but a little bit longer squarish.
So the original one had the original dish tray, and then it'd have the square bit around it with a power button and an eject button.
Yeah.
And then they released the slimline version, which was just like a
little small
yeah,
one.
it had
yeah,
no
small
fan
one.
in it, and they were generally able to explode. Great sale.
But yeah, for that, those I did play Siphon Filter games on those Siphon Filter. Siphon? I don't remember how it was pronounced. Yeah, but
No,
those
it
were
is.
my
I think it is. No, I think you're right, Raven. I think you are right, because as soon as you said it, my brain went, we know that one as well.
Yeah, it was. The only problem that I tried to play those games was because I did not know English that well. The missions were hard to understand.
Now you know how I felt with Horizon.
Yeah. But yeah, but as I get older, I found those missions I started to understand and actually started to do the missions as they were, and of course I must say, at that time, I was real scaredy cat. I wanted to play Resident Evil, but I barely got to play it at all. I just let my father or stepfather play him for me. So
Yeah, that's
I
not how you meant to play a game, Raven.
Yeah, that's how you meant to play the game when you're a kid.
Yep.
You can't play the game secondhand.
When I got the
Literally
PlayStation,
secondhand.
you know what game came with my PlayStation?
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII.
Ah.
The old man got it for me in the bundle.
Never played it.
Yeah. But yeah,
soul leaving my
I don't remember all the PlayStation 1 games that I played, but there were lots of them.
Oh,
Game
yeah,
PlayStation
hands
2. My father got that very first PlayStation 2 that came out, of course. And
Back in the day when we had them little memory cards.
yeah.
Driver.
Oh,
Driver
those
2 I got
days.
red.
Oh, those days. Those
Dude.
golden days.
So I was playing
Back
Final
in the
Fantasy
day when
IX on
SmackDown.
the Xbox or the Xbox there the other day, and the amount of space it takes up. That game used to be like 5 fucking discs, dude. It takes up no space on my hard drive at all, like 2 gigs. It used to be 5 discs. How the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Games became bigger and storage became less.
Yeah. But yeah, then on PlayStation 2, I actually still have some old ones
Nice.
that I love to play, and I'm just praying that my PlayStation 2 actually holds. It's still the very first PlayStation 2s
Nice.
that I have.
Like the big black
I
one
have
with the
the-
blue LED on the front.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have that. It's the very first one that I ever had, so I'm like praying it still holds.
Dude, I've got
Because,
my original Xbox
well-
360 around somewhere.
If it doesn't blow up upon pressing the power button, you should be okay.
It's not blowing up. It's just getting old. It has been.
They blew up when they were brand new, let alone old.
But yeah, games that I played. I remember playing Xenosaga 2, I think it was. Onimusha games, Ghost Hunter, Final Fantasy X, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Siphon Filters on that as well.
Yep, Siphon Filter 2, I believe.
Yeah, and at Siphon Filter, it was like you made your own character. It was kind of a multiplayer thing, kind of game as and Heroes of Nordkart, I think. I don't remember if that was the name, but it was the RPG game.
I remember one from the PlayStation 2, Legend of Dragoon.
Yeah, Dragon Guard 1 and 2. Dragon Guard 1 that I played on PlayStation 2. It was goddamn hard game.
Command and Conquer.
Oh yeah. They
Yeah,
got all those on Xbox now.
Yeah. Then there. I'm actually trying to remember all the games.
And Age of Empires is all on there too.
Yeah.
Good old Need for Speed.
Oh man.
Yeah, I had those as well. But let's just say I played lots of games on PS2. Then my stepfather got me original Xbox. No, not Xbox. It then first was the PC, and there was the Command & Conquer games and very first Call of Duty.
Oh man, I remember the very first.
No, the first PC game I ever played was Diablo 2.
First PC game I ever played was Max Payne. Like the first
Yeah, Max Payne's. Yeah, Max Payne's where
I paid my money for that. It was not like solitaire already on a computer. It wasn't like my friend lent me The Sims just to dick around on. It was I saw this one and it was like I looked at it and I was like, huh.
So you had Taste of Finnish game that was made. That Max Payne is made in Finland.
So and this and I'll get this. You're gonna love this. And so my buddy Curtis and his brother Chris, the Final Fantasy guys, they're over watching me play Max Payne and shit. And Chris says, "Well, if you like that, man, I got a game that you'll like. When you're finished this, we should, or here now today, make me a copy of Max Payne, and I'll make you a copy of this game called The Witcher." Sure. So that's what I did. We walked down to his place. I got my copy of The Witcher. Came home. I threw The Witcher in. I installed it.
I feel like
5 hours
GoldenEye should
later, I
should get
finished.
a.
I had to pull myself away because it was like 1 in the morning and I had school the next day.
So, what did I miss?
He didn't really miss
You
much,
missed
just,
all
our
of
whole
Raven's
history of
voices.
our lives
No, I had
and
that.
everything important to us.
I held all that.
Yeah,
that
we're
right,
at the moment in my history at the moment. But yeah, then we have. But yeah, Call of Duty was one first. One
Medal of
to. Yeah, I think.
Medal of-
I think I had Medal of Honor as well. But the Medal of Honor was on PS2 for me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was PS1.
PlayStation 1 and then it was PlayStation 2.
I think I had my
and
first medal. I had my first Medal of Honor on PS2.
Which
And
was
then- which it was Rising Sun.
Underground 1
Yeah,
and 2.
Rising
was
Sun,
first
yeah.
one.
You also had Rising Sun as well. Rising Sun was
Right, that was
amazing.
later.
But Rising Sun was the best fucking Medal of Honor ever.
No, that was no. You can't beat Underground 1 and 2. Are you
No,
stupid?
are you on about Need for Speed?
No. Medal of
See,
Honor Underground.
I mean, right. I
See,
never
this
played
is
that one.
once again me showing my age, most probably. But the fact is it's all on the same console.
Never.
But yeah, I had a lot of games on the PC too. Of course, I love strategy games on PC. They were my lifeblood in PC strategy games like Command and
Very solid.
Conquer. Yeah, No, actually, I got Metal Gear Solid. I got in when I was 18. I got those when I was into my occupational.
No, but would
school.
they have been similar because they're very strategic? Would they have been games that you probably would have played if you had them then?
But yeah, my first Metal Gear Solid was Snake Eater. I borrowed it my friend, and that's when I fell in love for the series. And yeah. Oh, also
So
I want. Yep.
Oh no, carry on.
Yeah. Also, when I was younger, I watched my friend's brother play on Dreamcast. Fantasy Star games. Yeah, Fantasy Star games. On Dreamcast, I watched them, and there was Sonic game that I liked as well. And there was game that he allowed me play. It was Grandia 2, and I loved that game. It was that might actually be my first taste for the RPG games. Yeah.
Quite nice.
But yeah, I have long history of games as I got Xbox 360s and
Yep. Oh, man.
yeah. Let's just play. I played a lot. I have played PlayStation 3, so I've pretty much been playing.
I am a history of
So
gaming.
far, yeah, pretty much, almost.
Man, I've been playing video games since. I still have a Sega Master System at my dad's house. I still have Alex Kidd in Miracle World. I still have Gangster Town. I still have Missile Defense 3D. I like. It's just. I think I pulled my mic out.
It's fucking. So can we give a nice shout out to GoldenEye?
Golden.
Oh, GoldenEye was
That's
fucking
what started
amazing.
the multiplayer first-person shooter, man.
That's what.
Then me and my cousin and my friend Curtis and his brother Colin and his brother Chris, there was 5 of us. We would all chip in, and because we didn't have money for an N64. Now, if thinking back, if we had all chipped in, while we chipped in to rent this thing, we could have bought the fucking thing. But our local video store rented the fucking thing, so we'd rent it every fucking weekend. Rent GoldenEye, reserve it in advance so we would have it. Pay for it in advance so we could just pick it the fuck up, hook it up at one of our houses, and stay up all night playing. Pass out like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I mean we'd be playing winner keeps playing. You know what I mean? Whoever did the worst had to change off the controllers to the 4th person. And man, it was usually me and my cousin who were like the two. We were fighting. Either I was first or he was first. It was
GoldenEye. GoldenEye was immense, man. Like when we talk about competitive, like going competitive game wise, like that way, sitting with like the boys and that. We had FIFA. That way, I could play FIFA, but I just didn't enjoy it. And we also had Mortal Kombat. That way, I would kick their fucking asses at Mortal Kombat, man. That was
I would not try
main.
it now.
No, the OG is Street Fighter. Let's be real.
Yep.
Also, I just remembered one about PlayStation 1 game that I played. It was the Gego Dexter. I don't remember the full name or how.
Oh, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That was one game that I actually played. It's still one of my favorite. And then we had the remake of The Croc that we're getting soon. Also, Chronicles, I can see your stuff.
I know, but I kind of had to do it because I needed to make sure the right mic and everything like that is on, because I think I accidentally unplugged my. You know what?
We're literally.
Yes,
5
Bugs
minutes
Bunny
from
Lost
the
in
end.
Time. That was one too. Thanks, Queen.
There's literally 5 minutes left of this podcast anyway. So I thought if you had muted your mic anyway, at least the chat and other people in this podcast could get a word in before you realised you had taken your mic out. But guess we're not going to get it.
But I have lots of games that I love to play when I was a kid, and I still love some classic games that I have. At the moment, I'm still trying to hunt some Blizzard 2 games that I actually played as a kid. But yeah, it was one of those are the Lord of the Rings games.
Oh, the Lord of the Ring games! Oh my god!
Man.
They were my favorite. I loved them.
Amazing, man.
Yeah.
Oh, the Two Towers and Return of the King were absolutely immense.
Yep.
They were indeed. But yeah, it
only counts as one.
Yeah.
It only counts as one.
Remember, everybody, if you've enjoyed what you've watched this evening, if you enjoy the sound of our voices, sometimes overlapping, but always gums are flapping.
Like them, fucking
subscribe. I mean, it only takes an extra couple of seconds. Also, help the channel. Hit those notification buttons.
See that bell? See that bell? Hit it and fucking hit all.
It's not just that. Just liking the video helps us. It helps us bring you more. And I would also like to point out that every single one of us, including Raven but like myself, we stream very rarely, but everyone here is a streamer. Everyone here is a part of a bigger community. So I would like to point out to the host with the most up the top there, Mr. Chronicus TV. His name is the same on every single platform. You will find him on Twitch. You will find him on Kick. You will find him on YouTube, like you are now. And then we have our infamous Doctor. Now, this little Scotsman is a bull prick, and we love him very dearly. I just had to told you I've got to do things in threes, and that's my third. So
Mate, you're still a knob, but I love you. But continue.
like I said about Mr. Chronicus, this man is literally one hell of a funny guy, even if you can't understand a lot of words that he says.
We do need subtitles.
But you
for
can
this
also
one.
find him at Dr. Smoke XX Reaper on Twitch, on Kick, and hopefully soon on other platforms. But he will bring you every geeky game you can possibly think of, from Demon Slayer to Pokemon, and even as a geek, I still learn something every stream. So I would like you all to go and show love over there. And then we have our friend Raven, the man from Finland, the man that has the most poshest, calmest accent I've ever heard since I heard Morgan Freeman speak. And yet, I
Oh,
struggle
Morgan
to keep
Freeman. God damn
up
that voice.
with him. But no,
It's just
Raven you can find on Twitch. He generally plays a lot of campaign games like myself. He's very story driven, and like he told you throughout earlier, he loves a good puzzle. And believe me, he's one of the smartest people we all know, and we will all admit that hands down.
I
So
think
I would love
I think I'm the
everyone to
smartest.
go and show.
I think
Go
I'm
on.
the smart. Sorry, Cloud.
Go on, Raven.
I think I'm the smartest people from four of us. On this here.
You are the smartest out of four of us, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to let
smartest
you
man in
tell
the
me what
room.
to do.
Yeah, smartest man in the room.
Smartest man in the room is
Try the community.
So, you know.
But no, please, everybody, like I just said, I will run it over again. Chronicus is going to stick people's links in the description as well. So it's Chronicus TV on all platforms, Dr. Smoke XX Reaper on all platforms, and then our loving Raven down the bottom. He is only on Twitch like myself, but we love seeing new faces as well as the family that we have already accumulated. So please, please go and share the love with everyone.
Well,
And that's all we've
actually,
got time for, folks. So while we're on that note,
Wait, hold on. Before
no,
that,
it's already
No,
9
it's
o'clock. My
I
phone's
don't care.
overheating, and
right, well,
it's time to go, ladies
a
and
quick-
gentlemen.
a quick one
That's all we
before
have time for.
before he goes, and that way, because he's been the date his cell, that way, the last part of the outro, we have our one and only clown, Prince, the jokester of the group, the guy that brings us all together, and like gen up, one of the best people that I could say that we've all met. As you said, he's on Twitch, at the Clown Prince under 87. He's also along with his other half, they have QNC Customs. So go and check that out as well, where you can get yourself one of the hoodies that well, not personally that the hoodie that he is wearing at the moment, but the His and Hers collection of the Hope merch, and what else is there, Clown? I think we've lost him. But you've got the His and Hers collection over there on his side, and as we were saying, good night, God bless, much love to you all, and we'll catch you next week.
Alright guys, everybody have a good one. Be safe. If you are watching this in a VOD, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit that notification button. Good night, everybody.
good night.